Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, we're gonna talk about the endgame boss, right? We do have the endgame boss in Season 4, the battle against Ascetius, and we were kind of thrown in this one a little bit difficult because obviously the Otherworld exploration was not a thing. We couldn't grab those buffs, so we're missing out on a ton of these buffs, right? We just have HP and attack, and that's about it. We also do not have the extra buffs that you would get by completing a certain mission. So it's a lot tougher. It's a lot harder than I would expect, and especially considering the fact that I'm doing this for the first time because I haven't played Season 4 before. This one's difficult. It's difficult and it's not as easy to tackle, and it's also the fact that the skills that the boss does. I guess let's quickly go through it so we have an idea. So the passive, pretty much, the more debuffs he has when he does a skill, the more frenzy up he gets, so he does more and more damage. So it's kind of like, it's made in a way where you don't want to bring too many debuffs, right? Just defense penalty, just bring attack penalty, and then pretty much that's it. I wouldn't do that more than that. Then first hit does AoE hit twice, dealing fire damage, then chance to knock up for 1 second. Then this one over here is a bit of a tricky one. This is the one you need to keep an eye out on, but this one targets the ally with the highest HP, and then he has a chance, 100% chance to reduce their ultimate energy by 100%. So pretty much, if you can, have somebody that has the highest HP to also have high resist, so this one does not affect you, right? If this does affect you, it can throw off your speed tune. But I'm gonna show you, by the way, I'm gonna show you my team that I used, my best one with Rook, that I'm doing close to 200 million today. But this one, AoE damage, same thing, steals 1 buff from each of them, so pretty much you want to try not have any buffs when this one happens if you can. Again, it can be tricky for certain teams, like the Radiance one, the Rally one, which I'm gonna show the next few days. Then this one does AoE hit triple times every time he has a chance to land one of the debuffs, so pretty much you want to have before the 24-second either a debuff immunity, or you have somebody that does a full cleanse after this one lands, because obviously you don't want to have a ton of these debuffs, especially recharging speed penalty. That's going to make it difficult to keep stuff in tune. And then last one, just straight up damage, 100% chance to remove 1 debuff from the monster himself. So that's pretty straightforward. The tricky thing for this fight is this one. You need 320 accuracy, 320 resist. And with missing the 50, right, with missing the 50 that we normally get from the Otherworld exploration, it's a lot harder, because you do get 50 accuracy from your Psychic Core, but then you would have also got another 50 from this one. This way you're missing out on that 50, so it's harder because you don't need to get to 220 accuracy, you do need to get to, like, what's that, 320 minus 50, 270 accuracy. And if you're trying to get resist as well, it can be a little bit difficult. But the team that I'm using that kind of did like my most damage was pretty straightforward, my Rook team, okay? I'm just gonna play it through, and I'm gonna actually, let me just show you the preset at the beginning. So this is the way that I have my preset. It's my damage dealers are on a 20-second rotation, right? But I do have my Drago go first, because this one does take a few seconds to hit the boss, and then obviously Whisk and Rook go and do the damage afterwards. You see 4 and then 5 seconds in between them. Then the other two that I have are Reta and Frurbas. They are on a specific 30-second rotation, because that's the full rotation of the boss fight. Reta goes at 28 because she's the one that cleanses after all those debuffs land. And then Frurbas at 29.5, just before the boss does the last hit, he does his attack penalty hit, so obviously we don't get hit that hard. So that's pretty straightforward. Let's see how this one runs. But yeah, this fight in general, honestly, I don't see how you can do insane numbers. Like, if you don't have the perfect team, if you don't have like one of the best heroes, it's extremely difficult. So if you're one of the ones that's trying to do this now, in the Season 4 towards the end, and you don't have all the buffs, like, same way that we don't have all the buffs, do not feel bad, right? The only team that I managed to do is over 100 million is this one with Rook. And even this one I have to run a few times because, sometimes RNG and all that. But apart from this, I cannot pass 100 mil. Even with my Ozul, my Shadow team, I barely get to like 97, 98, close to that 100. Obviously, I can still get some better gear and all that, but it is pretty difficult. It's a pretty difficult boss, so, again, do not feel bad, right? Do not judge yourself too much if you're like, oh man, I cannot do it as well. It's not just you, it's all of us. It's really difficult. Like the other teams that I'm pretty much using, using, I guess I'm just gonna give you a quick run through while this one's ending. So I have the first team, which is because obviously you can do 6 teams and you need to do this fight every day. So first one is the Rook team, the Corrosion. Second one is the Ozul with Shadow. Third one is my Dauntless one, which I only have 2 Dauntless people. Then I have a Wild team. Then I have a, a Rally team with Filto. And then I have an Ice Blast team. Arguably the ones that did the best, you know, considering what champions I have available. The second best one is actually, I think it's like the Ozul team with Ice Blast is on par. So if you are working on Ice Blast, trust me, that's gonna work. And I only have like Sheena as a booster, plus I do have Nadia as the damage dealer. So it's like nothing too insane, nothing too crazy. But look at this, like I said, this is the only one. Do keep in mind, after you hit 200 million, the damage ramps up only by 10%. So you cannot keep going a lot higher than this, right? It's like that's just the way it goes. So 208, that's perfect for me. I'm gonna save it. Now, let's have a quick look, I guess, at the builds that I have on those people so we have an idea. So let me see if I can get the team. Oh yeah, the cool thing, I can go over here and I can just go with, what is it? Boom, boom, boom. Rook team. There we go. So, let's start with the supports, I guess. Fruitbath is running with the Horn, right? Solar King Son, because does a lot of healing. These are his total stats. You pretty much care about accuracy to be, like I said, 270. Accuracy or more, and then as much defense and HP as you can to make him survivable, Ancestral Protection, Moonlight Mantle, obviously for a chance to do more healing. Then the next one's going to be Rita. I just love Rita. She's amazing for what she brings. She's running the Chest of Radiance, so everybody gets 10% more attack and defense because we have a full 5-man elemental synergy. She's also the one that has the Serious Whisper set because, well, on her second skill, she lands debuff. So that's perfect. She's going to keep that attack up from the Serious Whisper pretty much on all the time. Now you see that she's running again 297 accuracy. And then, you know, honestly, after that, it doesn't really matter what you have on her because she doesn't do that much damage. She doesn't need any other stats. So that's why I did what I did. I tried to have her with resist, but then I realized, you know what? I don't care because the one that will always take the hit that has the, what's it called, the ultimate energy depleted is going to be Fruitbath. And because he takes it at a certain time, I still manage to do that attack penalty whenever it's available. So pretty much I only do it once per fight, and that's all I care about. But like, yeah, that's Rita. Then we're talking about the other ones. Dargo, the first one that has the 5-hitter obviously on his ultimate. Right, that's why he's the perfect candidate for Witch's Remains. He's running Witch's Remains again, over 270 accuracy, then whatever damage I could squeeze onto him, and then obviously a crit rate of the Strike Them Prepared, so we can do more damage when there's defense penalty out there. Next one is going to be a Whisk. Whisk is running the Swamp Toadstool, right? Because obviously he's going to be the one that does as much corrosion as I can. I gave him as much damage as I could in whatever other sets I had available. I only have crit rate gloves for these, no crit damage unfortunately, so another one that has the crit rate glove for the Strike the Unprepared. And then the main event, obviously Rook. I don't have his exclusive artifact, so I'm running Poison of Swamp. You can see his total stats. I'm running Shade of Death, obviously on him, because this one he does more damage based on the difference between crit damage and again, crit rate glove. I don't have the crit damage. If I would have had the crit damage, I would have done that. But this one's the team. This is pretty straightforward. The team that I pretty much use this team on the Chaos Shadows, where I could use Rook, and I just threw the same team in here. I just had to play around with those timings, and that's what, you know, what allowed me to make the team as it works right now. Without that, it would have been a lot more difficult. But anyway, we're gonna leave it at this 208 million. I'm definitely happy with that. It's a, you know, as long as I'm over the 200 mil with this team, I'm good. Everything else is gonna be tricky, but I'm gonna release a video on the next teams, you know, in the next few days. So keep an eye on the channel if you're interested. If you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.